one has to be very precise here with what one means by the unconscious. I don't believe in some substantial unconscious which then allows you to get rid of your responsibility for it, so that you can say, okay, I did that, but sorry guys, it's not me, it's my unconscious which determined me. First, in a very idealist way, I believe in total self-responsibility. Freud already said this when he said, psychoanalysis is much more severe than Christian church. In Christian church, you are responsible for your acts, for what you know. In psychoanalysis, you are even responsible for what you don't know. That you are. So I am not in this sense referring to the unconscious. For me, unconscious is something much more subtle. Let me give you, I have it in the book. Sorry, I will make a joke at my expense. In our still male chauvinist universe, the idea is this one. Only we men can think in abstract terms, concepts. Women, stupid, they have to go from particular to particular. Okay, then I'm a woman, sorry. I always jump from particular. So I will give you a wonderful example for what I mean, an indication as the unconscious. It's not a substantial reality, the real me. It's something very fragile, virtual. Let me retell you a story, maybe some of you know it, that I use probably in 2 or 3 of my books. Did you see the movie Billy Bathgate? It's not a good movie. Nicole Kidman and I don't know who. Okay, it's based on a novel by Doktorov. A movie, it's a bad movie, but somehow you discern in it the echoes of how you feel that the novel should have been much better, how it failed to capture a great novel. Now comes the beautiful paradox, for me beautiful. Then I said, okay, let's read the novel. It's even worse. So you know what happened? Bad novel, bad movie, but through this repetition, a third virtual entity emerges, and that would have been purely virtual, the unconscious. Or to give you another, my favorite musical example, I love classical music. Schumann Humoresque. Piano piece, you have 2 lines of notes for right hand, for left hand. And then Schumann puts a 3rd line, notes which are not supposed to be played. But the point is to play the written notes so that somehow they echo the 3rd line. And now things get really mysterious where you have a series of notes, melody, with this 3rd line. Then you get the same series of notes without the 3rd line. To give you my last example, along the same lines, my favorite joke, I repeated it, I think, in the last years, 5, 6 times in my books. My favorite joke, very Hegelian, from Ernst Lubitsch's classical comedy, Ninotchka. You know, everybody knows this joke. A guy goes to a cafeteria and says, coffee without cream, please. And the waiter says, sorry, sir, we don't have cream, so I cannot give you coffee without cream. We only have milk, so I can give you coffee without milk. That's what Hegel meant with bestimmte Negation, determinate negation. Of course, we have 3 entities here. Materially, they are the same. Plain coffee, coffee without milk, coffee without cream. But in their symbolic identity, they are not the same. And this would have been something like unconscious. This purely virtual without, but which as without is still there. So that would be my point, to totally desubstantialize, how should I put it, the unconscious. Forget about those metaphors, this iceberg, you see just 1/10, and the deep majority, largest part of the ice beneath water. It's not this substantial identity. It's something purely virtual, very fragile. And to give you the last teasing moment, that's what worries me now. I follow, this will be my next book. I also with Bloomsbury, I'm not betraying them. I'm now deeply into the problem of, are you dealing with it? Did you write something about the so-called wired brain, Neuralink, whatever? No. First, I also thought that's bullshit. They are dreaming. But quite many things, they already can do it. And what interests me immensely is if, even in a modest way, something like wired brain, the idea is if a machine can somehow decrypt your line of thoughts, then maybe this can be connected with another brain, and we will not even need words, we'll be able directly to share our experiences. Here I'm asking quite naive questions, like, sorry, again, my old guys dream about sex, vulgarities like me. Can you imagine how this will affect our process of seduction? It's none of this charm, we flirt, I indicate something ambiguous. If I'm with somebody and we flirt, and if our minds are in direct contact, it's just, I want to F you, yes, okay, let's do it. You know, all this. What will remain? I claim that all our human creativity is based on radical limitations. What happens if this limitation will be abolished?